the news.
Yes.
And everything that's been going on
Frantic.
with us, that'll make any mom
Frantic.
be in a frantic state.
In
like
a
that.
frantic state. Did she, who, her energy level was definitely heightened, but right now, can we blame her for being panicked about what she's witnessing on the news? Not to mention, when you can be a young white man and walk down the street with an assault rifle and lay a couple people down, and then you just jump in the car and drive.
Very true.
And leave.
Very
and your
true.
mom defends you because you're 17.
Very true.
And black boys are being shot in their back with nothing. They're with absolutely no weapons, nothing.
True.
Not even a cap gun.
True. So here's the thing, right? I think if we are going to respect the authenticity of all these incidents, like we see in all these different incidents happen with our people, I want to be able to know that what I'm watching is clear.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to support my people regardless of what's going on. But at the end of the day, when I look at all sides of the video, I have to say the mom was kind of aggressive, right? And another thing, this is the thing too. This is just me personally. You pull my son over, he's staying in the car, I'm going to get back a little bit, make sure you ain't doing no fuck shit, make sure ain't no gun being drawn or none of that, but you're going to talk to my son. I'm not going to prevent you from talking to my son. No, don't talk to him. No, don't talk to her. No, you talk to me, officer.
If he's a minor, now we're preventing you from speaking to him.
If he's a minor, but if he's not a minor, you got to kind of let this young man be a man. You kind of standing in front of him and again,
because you hopefully you have talked to him about these situations before.
Yeah.
And here we are. And again, what?
And much respect to the sister. You know what I mean? But you jumping in front of him.
Much respect.
You jumping in front of him like she finna do something. Maybe in your mind you felt she actually had her hand on her gun. More respect to your sister. The video I seen that she posted, it didn't. Her hand she has on this big ass belt. Her hand is just sitting on top of the belt. Now, I could say, okay, if you want to say her hand is sitting on the top of the belt on the side where the gun is, okay, I'll give you that. But hand on the gun, I wouldn't say that. We've seen plenty of videos where cops are just assholes, where it's obvious they're trying to aggravate the situation. They trying to antagonize the situation
on everybody.
So the shit can go left. I didn't see that here. So I don't want to get into this outrage thing where we're outraged at everything and not really, because we got enough shit to deal with.
Oh.
We have a lot of valid instances that need our attention. And I'm not saying how she feel isn't valid, but as far as filing a complaint, as far as that officer being fired, as far as all that, I don't really see that as something that needs to happen. And motherfuckers might get mad at me a little bit, but I'm going to say this too. Women, in my opinion, a little more emotional than men.
No question about it.
The husband was sitting right there, in my opinion. You calm your woman down a little bit, and you use your logic, because we're a little more logical than women at times. Use your logic to diffuse the situation, because the yelling and screaming, that officer could have been like, let me pull my shit out to make sure these niggas don't try nothing. You see what I'm saying?
The mother definitely did something. The mother definitely, her heightened sense, it was a bit much. I think her man could have stepped in and calmed her down a little bit, and let the boy deal with the cops on his own and fall back a little bit. But I do see why the mom was that way. At the same time, it's a dangerous situation. We got to be very, very careful when we're dealing with these officers. And I don't think she really handled it the right way. But at the same time, I can't blame her for handling the way she did.
Now, okay, no, I feel exactly what you're saying, because a couple of people who follow me, sent me the video and wanted me to speak on it or whatever. And I think a big part of my platform is making sure that we address how we're treated.
You're right.
I don't care how many times it happened.
Right.
Until the shit stops, we need to address it. Right? But also, what I'm learning, as each show goes by, each day goes by, as I learn more, as I evolve more,
right.
I'm not with the whole black on black crime shit, right? Like when we look at political pundits and Republicans and shit, they'll use this black on black crime narrative to kind of criminalize us. That's not coming from a good place. We know that's on some fuck shit.
It's proximity crime.
All day long.
All day long.
However, when we do something wrong, we got to be able to call each other out too. We got to be able to, because when it's some police shit, when it's some shit being done to us, we at the top of the rooftop yelling. See? But when we do something a little wrong, We got to be able to call each other to the table and say, you know what? Maybe brother, sister, you could have done this differently. You know what I mean? Because I use the term coon. Some people don't like that when you call another person a coon, which to me is an action, right? It's not a goddamn verb.
Terry Crews said you haven't made it till you're called a coon. That's Terry Crews.
Which is some coon shit to actually say that.
That's some coon shit to say.
You know what I mean?
How coonish of you.
So some men need that goddamn title.
Yeah.
So I just don't throw that shit around loosely.
He earned it.
But if you disagree with black people, you shouldn't be called a coon. Just because you disagree, you shouldn't be called a coon. It's your actions. It's why you're disagreeing. It's who you're aligning yourself with, right? All this goddamn shit matters. Now, another thing I'll say about the video is the sister told her son, see why I told you don't trust white people?
This is what she says.
Now look, man, I am the most empowering, righteous black motherfucker you gonna meet. I know who these devils is. I know how white supremacy work. I know how racism work. I'm the biggest proponent of calling that shit out. But there is no absolutes in the universe, family. Right? Because I'm even one that say there's no good cops, right? But I'm not speaking to the point of there isn't a cop on the force that don't want to hurt nobody. Yeah, there is. But if you're a part of a racist ass faction, dirt gonna get on you too.
Yes.
If you got on the uniform of somebody that fucked me up, it's hard for me not to put y'all into the same boat. But to say all white people, and again, I'm not defending white folks.
Yeah.
We know how racism
You
and
can't
how
make
shit
this
works.
blanket statement in a situation that you're in.
The blanket statement part
do that.
is something that I can't rock with. You know what I mean? Because not only do we have some white people that may not be racist or that we know that's kind of cool, but you're putting a blanket statement and that's the shit they do to us. You know what I mean? That's the shit they do to us. They treat our communities like everybody is the same. You know what I mean?
And think about real quick with the mom. With the Blue Lives Matter mask, she brought up to the cop, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Her white skin she brought to the cop. Her gun she brought to the cop. So she's pointing all these things out to this officer, and this officer's feeling I'm not defending this cop. I'm saying how her mind probably was going, feeling to defending herself.
Just
so
the
I'm gonna
optics.
stand my ground now.
Just the optics.
So now I'm not going anywhere. So you're black, you black bitch. This is what she said in her head. How dare you talk to me like this? I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm trying to get this boy in jail now. I'm trying to.
So I was gonna say something else, but okay. So you feel the officer standing there was an antagonistic move?
The mom was poking the bear. Well, the cop was poking the bear, Mama Bear first, and Mama Bear clapped back and her energy. It was next level, and her octave in her voice changed, and she started to really, really be vehement about it. And then filming, and I, of course, film by all means.
Film it all.
Please film. And sadly, sometimes that don't matter either. But film. Never stop filming. Get all the camera, get all the eyes you can, get all the angles you can. You know, because we know sometimes the body cam, it doesn't really matter, even when it's very, very visible for everybody to see. But Mama, I do, once again, I don't want to split hairs here, but what I wanted to make clear is the fact of the matter is she was defending her baby boy, who was a good college student, but the way Mama Bear was going about defending her son, and the bullet point she hit with this officer to antagonize this officer a bit more than she should have, the officer starts to ask for a backup. This is when it's going to get worse and worse. It's going to get worse and worse. But I do want to ask you though, did nothing happen to this boy?
No, the officer finally, when the backup came, she went right to her cruiser, wrote the ticket. She went right to her cruiser, wrote the ticket, came back, was trying to get him to sign the ticket, but the mom was kind of putting the son behind her. No, put your right hand out, sign the ticket. At that point, the cop was a little shitty because she was like not trying to get on her property. So she was like, you told me not to get on your property. You know what I mean? So she was kind of shitty. She gave him the ticket, and then that was it. Then afterwards, to my understanding, you know, because of the outrage, Fox 40 came to the woman's house. Different news sources begin to come to the woman's house. This thing has gotten like 4 million views so far. Wow. So a lot of people are coming to her aid and just trying to figure out what's going on. You know what I mean? Right. And they were supposed to do a meeting. I think the city organized a thing where the cop, the police department, and the mother and the son would have a meeting to talk about it. See what happened. They didn't want to do that. Because they filed a complaint, I think you can't actually sit and talk with the cop at that point. So